Get off! You wanted to go after all.
We don't want to hear you. I've got the gift now, it's fine. I can see what we stand over here so I can sort of address everybody.
So I can get you.
Absolutely. Behind me. Really, it's very hard to follow that. I certainly don't have any long suckers in there.
Remember this.
The passion and obviously the speech that Ollie just gave, and I think it's customary for me on behalf of Emma to thank you for your kind words there. At the beginning of my speech, I got 2 notices to put out. The first of which is, throughout it, I will be referring to him as Ollie, not Ian. It was about a year into our friendship before I actually knew his name was Ian, and not and while I have been put quite clearly right that the real Ollie is I will be referring to him as Ollie throughout. And the second notice is that this is a heavily edited and censored speech. And that's it, thank you very much. The life and times of Mr. Ian Ollershaw are long, winding, drunken and entertaining. However, we've been through the censor panel and 1 or 2 stories have managed to get through. So I've known Ollie for over 15 years now. We met on the first day of first year at St Andrews University, and it was in Students' Union. A mutual friend of ours, Ewan, who can't be here today, me and Ewan had agreed to go to a gig in the Students' Union, and I met him there at the time, and Ewan brought along this crazy guy, this big tall guy with wide eyes, huge grin, who was bouncing along like Tigger, just full of enthusiasm and booze, just really totally full of life. One of the very first memories I've got of Ollie from then is of him in his grunge outfit with his backwards baseball cap and his big leather jacket with the Pearl Jam logo on the back, which I have to admit, I still kind of covet slightly. Those of us present that were there at Morag and Nigel's summer barbecue a few years ago when Ollie turned up in a, albeit very expensive designer orange outfit. It was beautiful, but made him look just like Shaggy out of Scooby-Doo. It was a beautiful sight. It was fantastic. It's true. That's just not that's not the only likeness that has been suggested that you may look like famous people. On a good day, it has been said by 1 or 2 ladies that he has a look of Ewan McGregor. I'm guessing it's more the heroic swashbuckling Star Wars one rather than the guy at a train spotting. On a good day. However, on a bad day, and particularly after a drink, it has been said that he bears an uncanny resemblance to Father Jack.
Just stop looking at me and imagine.
I didn't bring in the BBC slug aspect to it.
Oh God, yeah, thank goodness.
Obviously, that's where the drinking comes in. There are many parts, many stories that could be told of drinking, folly and tomfoolery, but that's why the speech is heavily edited, unfortunately. But we can tell 1 or 2 stories. Again, going back to the beginning of first year, Ollie stayed in Macintosh Hall, where you had a roommate. And then came this fresh-faced young man from Dundee, Neil Christie, who wasn't a drinker, hadn't had a drink. Within a matter of hours, Ollie had corrupted him. And it got to it was at the point that before any night out, Ollie and Neil would paper the floor with newspaper because of the inevitable Another fine night, just I think about the time that Vicky and I got together, we went round to Ollie's for drinks, and we were served some delightful fusty out-of-date beers, but it was still beer, so you had to drink it. I think another good drinking sort of tomfoolery story was, I believe it was one night with Paul Sheffield, He'd been drinking and decided it was going to be the best idea in the world to go for a walk down the beach and go for a swim in the North Sea off their sand. So off they popped, down to the beach, stripped off, went in the freezing cold North Sea, but didn't realise that the tide was on its way in. So when they came out, Paul had lost his keys and there are many tales of sort of St Andrews. The years we had in St Andrews were much fun, establishing Gentry's the drinking club and chatting balls and all sorts of other sort of celebrations and other drunken nights. But the drinking didn't stop when we left St Andrews. It continued when we moved down to London. And again, a number of stories, some of which are classified still. One particular night, not long before we moved house, I think, so not that long ago, where we had a few beers and listened to some music and had a few more beers and listened to some more music and got so enthused by, I think it was Pearl Jam, that we were very relieved the next morning when we, after several hours of trying, couldn't find a single 24-hour tattoo parlour. We were blazing our arms and drunken.
The other pages were still open when we got
And we were furious. We're in London, the capital of the UK, and there's not a single 24-hour tattoo parlour. But it was through the tales I heard of some mountain biking exploits and other sort of sporting activities that I was first made aware of Ollie's burgeoning relationship with Debbie. He was telling me about this girl that was into mountain biking too. He was telling me about going mountain biking at night, which just to me sounded like crazy. So you're on a mountain bike, on a mountain, in the dark. Suicidal. She's clearly nuts. She's perfect for you. So after hearing a few stories, you've got to meet Debbie. So we arranged a night out in the pub. And we went to, I think it was the Porterhouse in Covent Garden in London. And we went there and I was introduced to Debbie and I thought, wow, what an enthusiastic person, full of life, sort of pretty girl, just full of the sort of joy for life that Ollie clearly has as well. Clearly, match made in heaven. These two, obviously, thank you both for allowing me and giving me the honour of being here to talk today. Thank you very much. That's kind of, we're getting towards the end, that's kind of it now. There are no too bad stories. Essentially just want to say, thank you for having me the opportunity to speak today. There are a few people that we'd like to mention that can't be here today. Well, they're not here today in person. I'm sure they send out love and they will support with you today. Obviously Patch, who we've already covered. Thanks to Phyllis about making it today. You and Julia, Christy and Alexander Ferguson couldn't make it today. Alexander was born only last week, and so they unfortunately couldn't make it today. Drew and Jane Baxter couldn't make it, and Amy Ferry, who also had a baby very recently, couldn't make it. So they send their love and thank you to them. Essentially that's it. All I need to say is congratulations to you both. Thank you for a wonderful day. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I have, because I think it's been wonderful. I have no advice for you. 10 years down the line, I've got loads of grey hair. So essentially, congratulations, enjoy your day, and I just wish you a lifetime of happiness and success. If we just get you to raise a glass to our lady there.